Grouping of animals. Features, movement and classification. Welcome back, young explorers. After learning how to group plants, it's time to discover the fascinating ways we can group animals. Animals are all around us and they come in many different shapes, sizes and behaviors. But how do we organize them to understand their similarities and differences? Let's find out together. Animals are different from each other in many ways. They live in different places, eat different foods, and move in unique ways. These features help us group animals into different categories. For example, birds can fly, ants crawl on the ground, and cows walk on four legs. These animals all have different ways of moving, and we can use these observations to group them. Let's talk about how animals move. Animals use different parts of their bodies to move, like their legs, wings, or fins. This is an important feature when we group animals. Take a goat for example. Goats use their legs to walk and run. Their strong legs help them move around on land. Pigeons use their wings to fly. Flying helps them travel long distances to find food or shelter. Fish use their fins to swim in water. Fins help them move smoothly through water. But there's even more variety. Kangaroos, for example, use their powerful hind legs to hop quickly and efficiently. Snakes don't have legs at all. They slither along the ground using their long, flexible bodies. In the ocean, dolphins are amazing swimmers, gliding through the water and sometimes even jumping out, showing just how versatile animal movement can be in different environments. Now it's your turn. Take a moment to observe any animals around you. Maybe it's your pet or animals in your neighborhood. How do they move? Do they walk, run, crawl, or fly? Take notes on how they move and share your findings with your friends or family. Animals can also be grouped based on other important features. These features help us understand where they live, what they eat, and what kind of body covering they have. First, let's talk about where animals live. Some animals live on land, like cows and lions. These animals are well adapted to walking and running on the ground. Other animals like fish and dolphins live in water. These animals are built for swimming and breathing underwater. There are also animals that live in the sky, like birds. Birds use their wings to fly and spend much of their time in the air. But animals live in many other places too. Polar bears are adapted to live in the cold Arctic regions, with thick fur and layers of fat to keep them warm. Camels thrive in deserts, where they can go long periods without water and tolerate the heat. Tree frogs live in moist environments like rainforests, where they can stay wet and safe. Next, animals can be grouped by what they eat. Some animals are herbivores, meaning they only eat plants. For example, cows eat grass. Carnivores eat meat, like lions hunting other animals for food. And omnivores eat both plants and animals. Bears are a good example of omnivores. They eat both berries and meat. There are even more examples. Giraffes are herbivores that eat leaves from tall trees. Great white sharks are carnivores that hunt marine mammals and fish. Raccoons are omnivores. They eat almost anything and can even live in cities, adapting to human environments. Finally, animals can be grouped by what they have on their bodies. Some animals have fur for warmth, like bears. Others, like pigeons, have feathers that help them fly. Fish have scales that protect their bodies while swimming in the water. Let's look at a few more examples. Siberian tigers have thick fur to keep them warm in cold climates. Reptiles such as lizards have scales that help prevent water loss in dry places. Ducks have webbed feet which help them swim and move easily through water. Grouping animals helps us study and understand the incredible variety of animals in nature. By grouping them, we can compare their features and behaviors more easily. It also helps us understand how animals adapt to their environments. For example, we can see how animals living in cold places have fur or how animals living in the water have fins. Grouping animals is also important for protecting them. When we understand where animals live and what they need, we can work to protect their habitats and ensure they continue to thrive. To recap, animals can be grouped by their movement, where they live, what they eat, and what kind of covering they have. This makes it easier for us to study and understand how animals survive in the world around them. In our next video, we'll explore how plants and animals survive in different places. How do they adapt to extreme environments? Stay tuned to find out. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so they can join our learning journey too. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss our next exciting science adventure. Keep exploring the amazing world of nature.